Welcome back from that short break, and I hope you're having a wonderful time with us right here on Sunrise at Sea on CTV. It's always a pleasure to wake up to you, and we do this for you. So for our second part of our views, I know we have just talked about, Christmas traditions and what it's like, for, us who love Christmas. But we know that Christmas is a time of the holidays where you get to spend with the people that you love. However, for many people, it is a season of dread. You just don't want to go back home because you're trying to avoid your toxic relatives, those aunties, those uncles who are so intrusive and always in your business asking you, why are you not married? Eh? How come you don't have children yet? Hmm? How comes your acne has not yet cleared after this time? Those yes, we know them. Yes. We know them.
How come you do not know how to peel matoke? How come you don't know how to... How come?
You have no job till now?
Thank you.
How come you've added so much weight?
Those ones who criticize how you make your pilau. So today we are going to be discussing how to deal with those types of relatives. And we did receive a letter from one of our viewers today. And she said, or he said, I'm not sure because this person is anonymous. So this is the dilemma. This is the situation. And he says, hi Sunrise at Sea. I love your show. I need some advice. Christmas is approaching in 3 days, and I don't want to spend it with my family because they take every opportunity to pick me apart and remind me of all the things I have not accomplished. My mother always keeps comparing me to my younger sister, and I cannot stand it anymore. I am currently unemployed and I live with a friend. If my family found out, I would not hear the end of it. I love my family. I would love to spend Christmas with them, but I don't think I have the mental energy to deal with them this year. Do I really have to spend Christmas with them?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Definitely not.
What?
No.
What do you mean no?
Because Christmas is a time to be jolly. I mean, the festive season comes with so much happiness, comes with so much excitement. If you're not excited to spend Christmas with your family, then don't go there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why do you want to have a Christmas that is as dull as it gets just because your relatives won't let you be? You rather sit at home with your wine glass, or maybe you'll get an invitation from Sarah. She has a barbecue running on Christmas Day. But you'd rather not go to your toxic in-laws. It is terrible.
Yeah.
It's mentally draining. It's not good for you. So the answer is no. And if I had such in-laws, I would definitely not step a foot there.
But what about we work towards, unity, conflict
But
resolution?
clearly from the letter, it has not happened, not once, not twice. It's something that has been ongoing. I'm thinking she has tried to find a way to coming to a round table and trying to not probably tell them, you know what, I don't like the way you talk to me like this. If they're not willing to change, you cannot change someone who does not want to be changed. If I told you, Kira, I do not like the way you greet me, or I do not like the remarks you keep making about me, and you're not able to change, I cannot force you to change the remarks you make about me. So what are you going to do? You're going to have to stay away.
What about you, Kira? You are also saying no. You are almost jumping over this table in protest.
No, it may come up like it's different occasion, but let's say for Eid, for instance.
Yes.
Yeah. If it's Eid and you feel every time this day comes, it gives you anxiety, and you wonder, is it really a must? Growing up as kids, it was a must to attend all these occasions. We're always excited. We're always looking forward to all this. But at the end of the day, you have to realize that every family has different dynamics when it comes to the people around you. You won't easily get along with everyone, and that's okay. Just like you said, sometimes however much you actually try to work things out, there's always going to be that cousin who hates on you. There's always going to be that auntie who doesn't wish you well but smiles in front of you every day. So if you don't feel comfortable, if it gives you so much anxiety, don't go.
So you choose to alienate yourself and just blacklist yourself from the whole family.
Well, I would go instead of spending the whole day there. I would pop and be like, Merry Christmas or Happy Eid or whichever occasion it is. Yeah, maybe have a chit chat. Yeah, for a couple of hours, maybe 2 hours, and now go to where I'm actually welcomed.
If I have kids, I'll send them and not go. Like, good deal. let me stay
Go
here.
deal with your relatives.
Like, go deal with your relatives. Me, I'll stay at home.
Now that looks bad. Now I feel like when you say that, that looks bad. You know, now parents or kids will start wondering, why does Auntie
Mommy.
Sarah doesn't get to learn with Auntie Sandra?
Yeah.
You know, like what's the problem? You get it.
They're
So
uncultured. That's the problem.
uncultured.
Yes, that's the problem.
No. I think also certain things we shouldn't tell kids. You know, even if you're having conflicts, you don't want kids to grow up thinking, get involved in all this. So if it's family, let it be family. Yeah, if you feel you can actually hold yourself together on these occasions, then go for it. However, don't be that for long. Go, at the end of the day, some friends have actually become family. So go where you feel loved.
What about you, Sandra?
I
What should she do? Actually, what should she do in this case? Because she's asking for advice.
Let her not
Does
go.
she have to spend time with her family? Should she go?
I think she should go. And here is why. Yeah. Family is very important. Yes, they can get on your nerves, trust you me. But like if you have a problem or anything, family is always the first by your side. And I have gone through this.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not speaking for everyone. Yeah. But I feel that she should tackle, he or she should tackle the problem from an angle that the mom says keeps on comparing her to her sister.
Yes.
Yeah. I think she should have candid conversations because I feel that this dysfunction is deeply rooted. Yeah. So she should express how she's feeling and set boundaries. You know, when you don't set boundaries with people, they walk all over you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you should set boundaries. And remember, when you're setting boundaries, you're not asking for that person to give you permission. It's not like that. It is telling that person that when you do this, it makes me feel like this. Yeah. And if you make me feel like this, I'm going to remove myself from that equation.
Yes.
Yeah. So that they are very aware. Do not avoid. Yeah. And Kira, I beg to differ. Like, don't involve the kids. This is family. The kids are part of the family. If you do not teach your kids, you do not raise them in an environment where they can sit and talk about issues, yeah, then they will learn to deal with adversity and challenges in life as in a very healthy way. Yeah. Otherwise, the dysfunction will carry on. Kids notice. You'll think they don't know, but they will know, and this dysfunction will carry on. So I think she should go. And she should say what she's saying in this letter. Put these people aside and tell them, you know what, I almost didn't come here because you constantly compare me to my sister. And you do this and it makes me feel like this.
Yeah.
Let the dysfunction stop. Can you stop doing that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Start from there because your family is your family.
True.
Yeah, that's what I think.
And I agree with you, Sandra. And this is why. Growing up, we have been raised, you know, traditional African type setting. You do not speak up to your parents. You don't talk back at them. You're not supposed to challenge them ever.
An adult is always right.
An adult is always right. You're too fat, she's right. And you're supposed to take it in. But when they make comments like this, one, it, you know, builds on your self-esteem. It crumbles you into a ball and makes you feel like nothing. And I have been in a place like that where my loved ones, my family, were actually making comments about me, or not even just asking. And it was not coming from a place of they are not wishing me well, but it's from a place of how can I put it?
Ignorance.
Look up to them.
Perhaps I could maybe perhaps call it ignorance, or them just saying, oh, I'm just being blunt about the situation. It is what it is, Sarah. You have been unemployed for 3 years. Make it make sense. What are you still doing home? You're not yet married. Make it make sense. Okay? You're a single mom. What is that about? So I learned to have conversations with them, with my siblings and my parents, and say that, you know what, when you make comments like this is how it makes me feel. But perhaps I've also not been forthcoming with explaining my situation to you. Okay? So I started making deliberate moves to tell them this is the career path I want to take. It's probably taking me a longer time to get there than my other sisters, but I'm working on it. I'm truly working. I went for this interview, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. I'm a single mom because of these reasons. This is what happened. So I started being a lot more open about my situations as opposed to hiding them, and that actually put us in a place now where we understand each other, and they know not to say certain things to me, or if they are speaking to me about them, it's coming from a place of love and genuinely wanting to know. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, ladies, there's a doctor called Dr. Rachel Gillick, and she's from Clayton, and she says that although skipping holidays is an option, she, however, completely cautions against it, because when you go on to avoid people instead of moving towards doing conflict resolution, you're just going to escalate things. Because now, from them having one issue with you, that you're now moving to a place where like, oh, she never attends family, so you don't love us anymore. Or so you, and our moms are really good at guilt tripping us for not calling. So you found another mother. You don't love me anymore. You're too busy for me now.
I'm reminding you that I brought you into this world. I can take you back.
I don't know why African parents actually keep saying that.
I can take you back.
But you know what? I have slowly become this mother, because also my son, when I'm talking to him and he's not paying attention, I'm like, okay, so everything else is more important than me these days. Do you understand?
Petty mothers.
But anyway, so Dr. Rachel Gillick did give some advice on ways on how you can deal with toxic relatives. She said, and they're going to come up on your screen. Number one, you have to plan ahead. Decide the length of your visit. You don't have to stay all day. You can just make it in time for lunch, have lunch, and then leave.
2 hours.
Show
3
up
hours.
when the event is almost ending. Say if it started at about, say, midday, you can show up like from 4 to 6 or 7 p.m. and then say you have other commitments anywhere. So they will not guilt trip you for not having showed up. At least you would have showed up. Number two, be realistic. And you need to learn that often people have high expectations for their relatives. Yeah, your mother is going to expect you to be married by the time you're 35 years old. Your grandmother wants to see her grandchildren, perhaps, great-grandchildren, perhaps by this time.
Kids.
You
One
know?
grandchildren.
Exactly. So expect people to behave in a way, I don't want to use the word with lack of ignorance, but everybody has expectations. So when you come and you haven't seen this relative, say your cousin, your sister, or whoever in a very long time, you have these expectations and hope that they have achieved them. Perhaps your last conversation with them was that, oh, these are the steps I'm doing towards, building my business or my career. So when somebody meets you at the family event, they're going to say, hey, so how is the business going? Is it doing well? Not knowing that perhaps you're failing miserably. And number three, set limits. Okay? Set limits, and with this is you have to decide ahead of time which toxic behaviors you will address and the ones you will not address. So do not throw stones at every barking dog. Choose who you're going to have a conversation with and who you're not going to have a conversation with. Exactly. Now, this is before the event. So now coming up, then when you finally get to the family gathering, do this. Limit time with toxic individuals. If it is that one auntie, uncle, or cousin, or competitive sister of yours. Yeah.
You see them, oh, hello, but,
hello, hi, babe, you're good? You look nice, bye. Move on and go sit with the cool cousins.
Are you among the cool cousins?
I'm among the cool cousins. We all have those cool cousins.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
The ones who encourage and endorse your nonsense. Like, this happened the other time. You're like, oh my God, you did that.
Yeah.
Limit your time with the toxic relatives and go sit with the cool cousins, okay? Or the cool aunties. You know that auntie who is very supportive. Another thing is you need to have a friend on call. Somebody who is going to be your emergency contact to evacuate you from the function when things start getting out of hand. That person who is going to call and say, hey, what, Sarah?
Mayday.
I need you, come get me. And the person will just come knocking and like, hey, it's an emergency, Sarah has to go or Sandra has to leave.
Why are you telling people these tricks,
I'm helping.
You give an excuse, the person will be like, girl, do you really have to go? Do
You
really?
watch sunrise at
we
sea.
watch sunrise.
You watch sunrise.
Sunrise at sea, you're not going anywhere.
So number three, limit alcohol if, and I highly emphasize on this,
Very
if you
important.
feel that if you have to, mentally collect yourself and conjure up the energy to have to deal with your family this holiday, do not drink alcohol. Just drink juice, drink water, stay sober so that you have a clear mind and you're thinking rationally.
Actually, while I was thinking during the time of the things that you need to do and stuff like that, I was about to suggest that you might want to drink some alcohol until you brought in the fact that actually do not drink alcohol. But my advice would have been drink some alcohol and tell them off. Like,
It depends. It depends.
no, don't do that. Don't try this at home.
Now, Mama, let me tell you. Now, remember last week? I'm just saying.
Remember what you did in 1999? Yeah. So let's see some responses from Twitter, and of course I always love hearing what you guys have to say. So our first tweet comes in from and it's coming up on your screen. It comes in from Adam, and he says, formulate a good lie that you are on duty during Xmas and that the company you work for multiplies the money when you work on Christmas, and then stay in your room to have peace.
That works. That works, Adam.
And then Musimenta Jovita says, just steal your own phone. Use another person's phone and tell them that your phone was stolen, then switch it off for some time. You will thank me.
But Jovita.
And then next tweet comes in from Snooky Resist, and they says, cut the BS alley. Tell them how you feel and that you will not participate unless they meet your expectations. Yes. Not berating or comparing and etc. If possible, make plans with friends that uplift you. Do not, or if not, I beg your pardon, volunteer to help others. Exercise, watch a funny movie, etc. And please, no alcohol. Yes, our next tweet comes in from Just a Bird user, and they says, enjoy your own Christmas and start your own family. You do not need such toxic people in your life. Banange. They were never family to begin with then. Better you find out now during something as, trivial, but I think something as serious as COVID, than when you really need to count on them. So a lot of people are, they are either, or the far right or far left. It's like, do not go at all. Other people are like, just tell them straight from the heart, from your mind, that you're not going to be dealing with that nonsense this year. And I agree with that. Have candid conversations. Don't be rude, be polite, because if anybody is not going to address you with any kindness or respect this season, please let them know. And also, running away from your problems is no way to deal with them. You need to face them head on, and it's not that you are not trying to be a better person. You are. So let them know that and ask them to be supportive. If not, like Sandra has said, excuse yourself from the equation, okay? Because you don't need that. You really don't. You don't need that. And that's all we had for you on this segment of Our Views. If you haven't yet followed us, you can still be part of this conversation. Please go to our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And that is at CTV Uganda. Use the hashtag CTV Sunrise. Leave your comment. Let us know what you think. It's Christmas, guys. I'm so excited. This is Sunrise at Sea. Don't blink. I hope you guys had a really lovely time like I did on the show today with the ladies. I'm so excited. It is just 3 days until Christmas. Today is the 21st of December. And please don't forget that we are expected to have like scattered thunders and rain within the city during the day. The weather forecast is set at 27 degrees Celsius. So please be sure to carry an umbrella and something warm to keep you safe this afternoon. So don't go anywhere. Keep watching CTV, because coming up is the CTV movie, and then later on is Team Cash coming in at 11 a.m. with the mid-morning dance party. And a big shout out to Kushona Designs for dressing us today. We look absolutely dashing, and if you want to look this good, you can find them on Namrembe Road opposite Victoria's Kindergarten, and you can also find them on Luum Street, and that's on Zai Plaza, shop number L4 and L5. So whatever your occasion is this festive season, Kushona Designs has you covered. You can also find them on social media on Facebook and Instagram. On Instagram, that is Kushona Design, Designers, and on Facebook it is Kushona Fashion Designers. Well, until tomorrow, keep safe, please be better, be kind, spread love and kindness. This is Sunrise at Sea. Have a great day and love to you. Bye bye.